Hey, Kool-aid Krew, what's cracking? Somebody give me a 5 for 5 as I get started here. Guys, please share this one out. This one's, yeah, I think everybody probably needs to see this one. I would like for everybody to see it anyway. But, yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Guys, we just had another blast from the sun. I mean, another one. On top of all this other stuff. And we're going to get into that. But what you're looking at here, guys, is SDO. And I'm going to be able to show you guys these all these flares that's been happening. And they are producing CMEs. So, and we got a bunch coming our way. Geomagnetic storming is supposed to start happening very, very soon from previous stuff. So all the stuff that's happening today is coming after that. Okay? Now, with that being said, here is the blast that just happened. Now, we could see a radiation storm from this one. Okay? The protons could cross over our magnetic connection line to the sun, and if it does that, then the protons will get shuffled back our way, and we will get a radiation storm most likely from that. It does look like, if you see these little white speckles, that we're starting to see a little bit of charged particles anyway impacting this satellite. Why is that significant? That's significant because this satellite is in geosynchronistic orbit around us and is one of the closest satellites between us and the sun. It hangs out with us. Okay? About 1,000,000 miles closer to the sun. So that's what I'll say. So, yeah. So when you start seeing them hit this one, you know that stuff is getting here. That's typically about an hour to two warning or notification, I guess, if we want to say that. But it does look like we're getting a little bit of extra protons here. And we kind of talked about that earlier. Now, a radiation storm is not that big of a deal if it's just an S1. Matter of fact, the scales will tell you that, hey, don't worry about it because it doesn't do any biological damage to anything. It doesn't affect us. It would affect people living up close to the poles. And even at that, it wouldn't be much. Yeah, so this is what we've been having today. Okay, now we had another X flare back here, remember? But this flare here is officially the biggest flare of the sun cycle so far. It's the most powerful one so far. With that being said, with it being in the position that it's in, which was right in front of Earth, right in the Earth strike zone. Okay, so let me, it happened right here from this flare when this one got over here. Or from that sunspot. So that's definitely what's happening. Now, the models are starting to come in. They're starting to update, okay? So this is NOAA's forecasting model. And with that being said, I'm going to show you what they're showing us here. Okay, now if you guys remember earlier today, I was only able basically to show you guys this one. These two, remember? It only had one spike here. Do you remember the first spike at Earth condition on this green line? What looked more like this one? The reason why is because this hadn't happened yet. So conditions at stereo A were still going to be really low. So they had the scales over here down, right? It was between, I think it was 0 and 15, I think, is what they had it. Now it's 0 to 50. Why did they do that? Because of this one and this one. They know we're going to get more a bigger dense hit now. And they've actually added a second one here, which is exactly what we've been talking about. And this could end up being a fairly significant event, guys. I'm not saying, first off, this is not grid down. If I thought it was grid down, like I said 1,000 times, I would say that first and foremost. This is not that, okay? At least in my opinion. Now, is there always an outside chance I could be wrong? Yes, okay? But usually, an X9 flare, 9.1 flare, a CME produced by that, on its own, definitely would not be grid down. But with all this other stuff happening, I could see us seeing some localized grid issues, those kinds of things. Satellite disruptions are definitely going to happen. Matter of fact, I've already seen them. The flares, guys, I mentioned it earlier today from my earlier live stream that we were staying almost in M-class flare range for X-rays, X-ray production. That's how we measure how strong a solar flare is. Hey, Robbie, thank you. Appreciate you. I'll give you a proper thanks here in just a few minutes. Oh my gosh, Planet Hermit again. Wow, brother. Awesome. 20 of them, 20 of them, 20 of them. Guys, whoever gets those memberships, please tell him thanks. But Robbie, thank you so much for that. That was very, very cool. Very, very cool. Thank you. And Planet Hermit, thank you so much again for your gifted memberships. Guys, please tell them thanks. Okay, and I will stop later on and give you guys a proper thanks. But we're staying up here in the M-class range almost at all times now. What does that mean? You know, I just, what that means for us is, hold on one second here, guys. I got a button here I pushed that kind of jacked me up here a little bit. Okay, yeah. So we're at an M-class range. That's our base. Now remember that during solar minimum, we are typically down here. So our base is kind of doubled during, you know, right now. So obviously we are in solar maximum. Hey Josie, good to see you. But as you can see here, what we've got going on, any other extra X-ray that is being produced from any kind of flaring doesn't have to be all that dramatic for us to get into X-class range again, because it doesn't have to produce as much X-ray to get us up that high, because we're already here. Also, this is something I'm not sure other people are talking about, but, you know, we had Hurricane Helene just went through everywhere. Yes, there's a bunch of controversy and all that stuff, getting a deep quake around this whole situation, right? I'm not getting into that part of it. What I'm telling you is this. Because we're staying up here in this radio blackout type of situation, you guys have heard me say 1,000 times by now that first responders, hey Ron, good to see you. IG, what's up? I need to stop that. I'm putting the chat back. Leah, I seen you in here too, sister. Thank you. Good to see you. So anyway, I'm gonna put the stuff off to the side. If I need to see something later on, Ilea, please just hit me up in the text message, please. That way I can push the side chat over, so I'm not distracted. But down there, guys, they're going to use a lot of first responders use ham radio operators or ham radios to communicate. So when we get these radio blackouts, that's one of the biggest things that happens during the radio blackout. Is ham radio communications are disrupted. So when the states are on the day side of the planet right now, they could be having communication issues. Okay, now yes, we also have a lot of GPS users now, and this is kind of on the opposite end of that. But with the way the storm came through there and everything, I would imagine there's cell towers and everything down too. So, I mean, it's not a good situation for that. You know, if I had my druthers, I definitely would say, hey, let's not have these flares right now. Let's wait till everybody's okay down that way, right? But at nighttime, the band should clear up some, okay? So radio propagation will get better. And I know that they're probably paying attention to this too, okay? I'm not saying that they're not. I'm just saying that this could end up being an issue for them. Especially when we're getting these flares anytime the states are facing the sun, the day side. So anytime during the day here in the next few days, they could be having some issues talking to one another, and if somebody's hurt or sick, it could really affect things. And I know I said that about 5 times now, but I'm hammering that home because I always get people saying, what happens during this stuff? I don't ever see nothing happening. Well, it's because you don't know where to look. And also, it's because it doesn't get reported. That's the thing. That's the biggest thing right there. Things happen every time. Ron's in here, and IG is too. They'll both tell you. Every time we have any kind of solar issues, we definitely get a seismic uptick. Okay? Whether it's volcanoes, earthquakes, anything. We see it in the data. It's there. So anyway, now, so here is the end little spiral, and these are these eruptions, guys. Okay, so here's the first two. This up here is density up here, and this down here is velocity. This is a top-down version. This is a side cut. So we get east-west orientation here, and remember when we're talking about space and the sun, east-west, you have to reverse it. It's not like looking at a flat map here on the Earth. So when, you got to pretend you're standing on the sun looking out. That's how they do it in the community, and they do it worldwide like that. So to keep things consistent, they continue to keep it that way so things don't get misunderstood or done wrong, right? But north-south is the same. So if I say, hey, you know, this thing's going to our west, that actually means it's going to our right. And sometimes I won't even use east-west. I'll say left and right, just because people understand it better. Okay? But anyway, up here, check it out. Watch this. And this is the thing that could give us issues. And I'm going to show it to you right now. And so you got this coming right here, right? Look what's popping off the sun right there. First off, I want to point out how fast that is. That is fast. That's white. Okay, if you come over here, you're looking at about 1,000 kilometers per second. That's about 2.5 million miles per hour. Okay, so if that's actually what's happening, this thing is moving fast, and it's coming right at us. So, but we can't forget what's hitting first. So we're going to get hit here. Two of them. Look how fast this thing's catching up. Now watch what happens here. You see that separation? Why are we seeing that separation again? Do you guys see how we got like two separate here? It's because it's more than one CME. We had 3 CMEs pop off the front of the sun at the exact same time today. Let that sink in for a minute. And I'm not talking about just little ones. These are significant CMEs. Significant enough that they're putting them on this model. Okay, now look back here. There's more. Again, guys, this is so hard to forecast, and I'm not forecasting. I nowcast. I'm going to let you guys know what's happening right now. Also, right here, density's up here. That's why this density's so high. It's just what it is. You see black right there inside here. Watch. Okay, right there, you see a little bit of black going on. But it's high dense, it's high speed. Hey, Deepquake, thank you. Thank you for the gift of memberships there. Appreciate you. So when we got these, and I'll stop and give you guys the proper thanks here in a little while. But when we got this going on, guys, you know, we've been under-reporting these things all year. And I struggle with how to present this to everybody, because I don't want to go over the top and say some things that's going to make people scared. First off, I am not scared whatsoever. This is not grid down. Okay? At least from what I can see. Unless things are happening and things could really hit in that perfect storm condition. And I'm not saying that, I really don't think that's happening. Okay, guys? So if I did, like I said before, I would say, hey, that'd be the first thing out of my mouth, right? I do not think that's what's going to happen. The chances of anything like that happening are extremely small to zero, okay? But local and regional type of grid issues could happen, in my opinion, this time. Just for the fact that this thing is right in front of Earth. This second wave of things, this CME in particular, Okay, that thing is moving fast. If the uh, if the geomagnetic fields inside, if the magnetic fields inside this CME have the right polarity, this thing could hit us really, really hard. Okay, so when I say the right polarity, I have to take you guys back to this, and well, I'll take you to the Discover data real quick. The BZ is really what I want you guys to really concentrate on here. If we see the BZ go to -6 or more during any of this, it's going to get intense very, very quick. Okay? Because we're going to couple with the magnetic fields inside these CMEs, if that's the case. Our magnetic positioning is going to be in such a way that we will accept it instead of trying to deflect it. Now, the opposite is true too. We don't want to leave that out of this conversation. If the magnetic fields aren't that way, and our BZ's in the positive, then it's going to help deflect things. Now, we're still not going to get out of this without having geomagnetic storming, okay, in my opinion. No matter if the BZ's way up in the positive or not. That can be overcome by multiple hits at the same time, and just how powerful, in essence, it is anyway on its own, right? So, yeah, we're going to get geomagnetic storm out of this. It's just going to matter what and how much, how long, all that, okay? But let me show you. This is the blast today, okay? Again, remember, our magnetic connection line's over here on the right side of the sun. It's fluid. It moves. So when we get CMEs over here and it crosses over our connection line, it'll grab the protons and send them back our way, and that turns into a radiation storm. Okay? Now, look at all this. This is just today. Okay? Those are your eruptions. Now, you're going to see some with the same timestamp, because what they do is they'll kind of highlight it, and then they'll add a few more images, and they won't take this one off till later. So tomorrow when you come and see this line here will probably be gone. It'll just be this one. Okay, because it's got more images in that movie frame there, or that movie run. And when I say movie run, guys, we're getting, what is it, an image every 12 minutes here. Let me look. We'll just, here, hold on. Right here. Let me just pause that. Yeah, it's every 12 minutes you get one image. Now remember, this is an occulter disc. It's a physical disc on the camera. So we don't get to see whatever blasted off the sun until it's already 2 hours, 1 to 2 hours after it erupted. Okay? So when that happens, things will start poking around, right? We start getting these halo signatures and all that. So why do I bring up the occulter disc? Because most of the time, we're trying to figure out if it's coming at us or if it's going right off the back, because it's going to look the same. Get what I'm saying there? We don't have a side view like we used to with Stereo A. Okay, another satellite. We really need to have some eyes over here or over here to be able to see if it's coming off the front. And it also would give us, north-south orientation from a side view. But that's not really even all that necessary on that end of it. With that said, this satellite sits right here. Right out in front of Earth, always in front of us, orbiting the sun with us. Okay? Stereo A used to sit way out here. So when things would blow off the sun, we would look at both. Now, they're not even plotting Stereo A right now. Now remember, guys, this is just a website. This is the George Mason University Space Weather Lab. Okay? They run this website. The data is still there for Stereo A. They're just not inputting it right now. That's all that is. The data's not missing. Anything like that. That's not happening. Okay? We can go look at Stereo A somewhere else. There's a bunch of different sites that show these satellites. Okay? Everybody has the right and the ability to look at these satellites because our tax dollars paid for them. That's why I can even show this stuff to you. Okay? So keep that in mind. But Stereo A has outlived its lifespan, but it still can do what it does. It's just they're not going to send it back out. What's happened is they brought it back close to us. Okay? And I can show you that real quick just while I'm talking about it. So this is NASA's CME tracker. Okay? I already showed you guys NOAA's. Let me find it here. This one here. This is NOAA's version. Okay? Now, it's the same exact model. But each agency takes different data into consideration differently inside the model. Okay? So, that's what I'm saying. So, NASA and NOAA's models are not going to be exactly the same. Sometimes they totally disagree with each other, right? Hey, Nikki, thank you. Thank you for the super chat there. That's the free super chat, guys. If you guys are a member, you guys get one free super chat a month. That's how that works, guys. So use it, please. Thank you for that. Yeah, exactly. Don't stop smiling. Serious. Don't stop smiling, guys. That's such a great comment. I mean, we got to remember that, right? Let's see here. I want to highlight that real quick, like. Oh, sweet. I forgot. Yeah, you're 6 months. That's your 6 months. Now you got your, you got a blue Kool-Aid face there. Awesome. Thank you for being such a long-time member here. That's awesome. Appreciate that. All right. Now, what do we got going on as far as, right now at our planet, right? This is the Australian magnetopause model, right? This is our bow shock. It's the first point of contact of space weather, solar wind. Hey, Tiger, what's up? And AZ, what's up? Now, TIG, Z, and NZ, I meant. I don't know why I call you Tiger. My brain reads it that way, sorry. Anyway, this is the first point of contact. So we get stuff coming at us from the sun, and then it hits our magnetic field. That right there is the first point of contact. And then the combination of that and the way that we move, it creates our magnetosphere. And our magnetosphere looks like this visually. Okay? Well, not always like that. That looked a little chaotic. Just saying. Okay, yeah, so I'll stop it here. So you see how we got our bow shock here, and we got a tail stretching out, right? It would not surprise me if we get an Aurora substorm this time either, because our tail's getting stretched out quite a bit. And what causes an Aurora substorm, which will cause intense Aurora globally at the same time on the same latitude line. Okay, when we get that. Sorry about that. I don't know who's out there being an idiot. Anyway, field line will get broken when it gets hit here in the front. One of the magnetic field lines could get broke, or multiple ones, and then it'll reconnect back here. And when it does, it will send the stuff right back into our system. So it appears to come from behind. Technically, yeah, it came from behind, but it was from something that hit us in the front. So the origination of what caused it was in front of us, not behind us. So when that reconnects back here, and if our tail is stretched out far enough, and it happens back far enough, all the stuff will filter in on the poles, right? And we'll get one of those Aurora substorms, and it produces some really beautiful Aurora. We could see that this time. It's actually fairly common during bigger storms, just so everybody understands. Hey, Renee, I just seen you did that too. I'm trying to concentrate and not miss your guys' stuff either. Let's see here. I got to get back up here. There you are. Okay, here we go. All right. Thank you for renewing your membership there, Renee. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Hey, V, what's up? DPFX9999. That's right, baby. That's right. Hey, Jennifer. Cul-de-sacs in the house, too. Awesome. Okay, so let me run this model. This is our satellite line, guys. This is where most of our satellites hang out. Did you see what happened right there on the end? This is on the 4th. This is current, okay? Now, we've only got like an hour into the 4th. Now, remember, we use UTC time because UTC is the standard that we use so the whole world don't get confused, right? The whole scientific community has to use the same time zone, or when they're talking to one another, it becomes very confusing very fast. Because then you would have to know everybody's time zone when you're talking to them. And it just would not work out. There would be so many mistakes, it would be crazy. But anyway, watch this. You see what happened right there? I'm going to back it up. We'll just bring it back. Shady's back. Back again. Just kidding. He actually just came out with a new song, in case anybody was wondering. Well, it's not so much new now. It's about a month ago. Called Houdini. It's actually a fairly decent song. Yeah, I'm aging myself when I say I was around when he was new. But anyway, you see how this, when we got hit here, it's bending stuff in? That's what happens. Now, if we go back and look at the 3rd, let this run, you're going to see it moving and moving and moving. Okay, it's like a tuning fork, man. Boing! There it goes. We got rung, right? So when this thing is back here inside this line, that means anything on the day side of the planet, when our bow shock is back this far, is being exposed directly to space weather. And that is not good for the satellite at all. It'll cause drag. You get more particles there, so it's like adding more sand in the sandbox. So it makes it harder to walk through, right? Same thing happens here with the satellites. You add more particles, causes drag, it slows them down. What happens to a satellite when it slows down? It falls out of position. The satellites are in a constant state of falling, just so you guys understand that. Look up orbital mechanics, and you guys can figure that out also. Get more detail on that. But it's in a continual state of falling. So if you slow it down, it's going to fall out of that orbit. So, just so you know. Okay. Already showed you that. Now, we're not getting hit at the moment. I expect this to start at any time. Okay? This is going to start within the next few hours if their forecast and their timing is correct. Alright? So let me just say that right up off the bat. Now, it could get, could be a little bit late. Or it could be, well, I wouldn't say sooner because it would already be here. But check that out. You see that? So things are starting to happen. I didn't see that until just now. So yeah, we're starting to see the beginnings of this. Right there. See that? That's definitely the beginnings of what's going on here. Matter of fact, that was a significant hit. Look how it bent in our bow shock. That's a pretty significant hit there just right off the get. But yeah. Wow. I didn't expect to see that. Now it's not like, oh my gosh, run or nothing like that. It's just we are starting to see the first signs of a geomagnetic storm starting. Okay? That's what that is. Just so you understand that. That's yeah, I'm kind of glad I just now seen that. So we get compressed, and then look what happens. Watch what happens. Rapid expansion. It compresses those magnetic fields, and then Earth will win that battle again for a few minutes, and it'll push back. It's like your uncle putting his hand on your head as you're trying to wrestle with him, and then all of a sudden he just steps to the side, and you lunge forward and fall on the ground. Right? Same thing's happening here. Same type of thing. And I know it's kind of a weird analogy, but I think it helps people understand. Speaking of analogies, guys, get over and check out Dr. Tam the Scove. I'm not sure if she's reported on this yet. She will, I promise you. she explains things in a way that everybody can understand all of it. And you know, she's a college professor. She is the space weather woman. That's actually her handle there. She's been on the Weather Channel. She runs the space weather broadcasting part of Millersville University. So when you go over and listen to her, you're getting free college, and she's explaining it to you at a level that everybody can understand. It's just not a bunch of word salad. And when she has to use bigger words, she explains it. And if you guys need an example, she actually explains our magnetic field, how it shapes around our planet with a slinky. Okay? Because it works. That's exactly what it looks like. She'll bring out a slinky. So, yeah, it's awesome. Awesome stuff. Okay, now, guys, this right here is what our sun looks like right now. These are the sunspots. You see, look at these. All these sunspots have grown. This one here is getting bigger as it's getting closer to being right in front of us. So these are flaring now over here. So let me, I'm going to zoom in here. So we still got things we got to pay attention to, guys. We still got things rotating in. This is not going to stop. I do anticipate this to be a multi-day type of thing. Okay? I don't see how it could not be. So we're going to have a lot to talk about in the next few days. So hit that notification bell so you know when I go live. I may go live 2 or 3 times a day. It just depends on what's going on. This is my second time today. I'm not sure if you guys can hear my daughter in there, but she's in there. We've been teaching my dog tricks, and she's rolling over and stuff now. And we have a Jack Russell. She's awesome. Anyway, she's only 2 years old. Love her to death, man. Okay. So, Aurora. This may change. They're saying this is at a KP of 6. I think we're going to have more than that. I think we're going to have a KP of 7 at the very least. KP of 7 means that that's a G3 level storm. Okay? So if we were to look right here, a KP of 7 would land right here on this indice. So a KP of 7 is a G3. And it's just like a thunderstorm warning system, except this is for geomagnetic storming. That's what they do. Now, what can we expect during those kinds of conditions? Right here. If you guys want to see any of this stuff, all you guys got to do is go to NOAA Space Weather Prediction Center and scroll down to any page that they have. All this stuff is at the bottom. We can look at any dashboard that I show you. The space weather scales are here. I think they're right. Where are they at? They're down here somewhere, but you can find them. They're there. But this is what we should see during these kinds of geomagnetic storms. So a G3, voltage corrections, surface charging on satellites, intermittent satellite navigation and low frequency radio navigation problems may occur. Okay, that's a bunch of word salad, right? So intermittent means kind of off and on. Satellite navigation, steering the satellite. Low frequency radio navigation. Ham radio operators well, that's not exactly the same, but that's a radio. That's how they're navigating the stuff, is with radio signals. Okay, that's just what I'll say. Hey, Jenny Ball, thank you for joining. Appreciate you. Faux show, you know. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. And I'm going to stop giving you guys a proper thanks here in a minute. Hey, while I'm getting through here real quick, guys, give me a roll call in there. Just give me just a general location of where you're at. I don't want to know your exact location. I just want to know regional type of thing, your state, or maybe even your city if you want to say that. But please do not put your exact location in the chat. It's just not a safe thing to do for anybody. But anyway, if we get to a G4, which would be a KP of 8, power system problems, yeah, widespread voltage control problems. These aren't false alarms here when we get up here. Okay, these are things that happen. Now, if we get to a G5, obviously, all the big stuff can happen. That's just what I'll say. Root Seller, hey, thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate you. Appreciate ya. Faux show. Don't you know? Okay. And again, guys, I'll give you a proper thanks here in just a second. Northwest Ohio, that's where Karen's from. Go Bucks, okay. Mississippi. Renee's, I thought she gave her, let's see here. K&N's from Washington State. Carol's from Michigan. There you go. Hilly, what's up, my brother? Hero. Mark Matheny, West Virginia. I always jack up your name. It's Passamaquoddy, New Hampshire. Good to see you. Thank you. See here, think, Western New York. Skywatch time lapse. Southeast Illinois, Southwest Indiana border. Awesome. You're my neighbor. Lexington, love is what evil don't have. Mary, what's up in Wyoming? But yeah, guys. Hey, Trish, good to see you. G62 Data's here too. Awesome. You guys are all here. Karen Myers, what's up? But thank you guys again for becoming members. It really does make a difference here. It makes a big difference. It really does help me and my family, so thank you. Hey, Carla, thank you for the super chat. What's up, Kool-aid Krew, she says. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Love it. Rip Curl's in here. Heck yeah. What's up? What's up, my brother? Okay, so back to this real quick. Now, we could get a radiation storm, guys. I'm not saying that we are or we're not. It just depends. Now, when these other ones start hitting, it doesn't have to cross our magnetic line, connection line to the sun, for us to get a radiation storm. When they're here, it doesn't have to do any of that. So, that's, yeah. Anyway, without going into too much explanation here. I forgot to show you this too. This is the satellite I've been using here, guys. This one here. This is, again, it's SDO. It's in geosynchronistic orbit. Always keeps its eye on the sun. Heidi Patrick, thank you. Appreciate you. Awesome stuff. Thank you for the $20 super chat. Very generous. Thank you, Heidi. Appreciate that. But this keeps the eye on the sun, so it rotates itself. But it stays over this, does this figure 8 pattern and never moves from this area. Okay? So that's why they call it geosynchronistic orbit. Geo means Earth. Synchronistic means it's in sync with Earth. That's what that is. Hey, Jammer, good to see you, bud. Hope you're feeling better, brother. But yeah. Yes, Jammer has an Aurora telegram over there, guys. Check it out. You guys can post your Aurora photography there. You guys, I would love for you to send them to me too, and I'll show them here also. If you guys want to. I mean, I try to show them to you guys, but I've been doing pretty decent with that. But if you guys do send them to me, please put in the email you give permission for me to show them. That way, and it's not that I don't trust anybody, I just got to make sure that I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? Because there are, Aurora photographers, that's how some people make their living. So that's us pretty guarded by a lot of people. And rightfully so, if I have to add that. I mean, it really is. It's their intellectual property. You can't be like just, yeah, you need permission to use it, is what I'm saying. And there's nothing wrong with that. Okay. So, back to this. Now, this is SDO, like I said. I just showed you where the satellite's located. Our connection line is over here. Okay, that right there is a calibration roll. If you don't know what you're looking at there, that's going to freak you out. They actually rolled the satellite so it can find home again. That way we know exactly where it's at, and if we move it, we know what direction we're moving it. Okay? That's why they do that. If anybody's worked on machinery at all, even like RC planes and things like that, drones, they have servo motors on them. And what the servo motor is, most of them don't have very high torque, which means they can't really turn things really hard, but they have a very fine movement. It's a very small motor. Now, those things have to be recalibrated, and they find home. That way when I tell it to go left, it'll go left. Hey, Deep Quake, thanks again for the gifted memberships. Appreciate you, brother. 10 more of them. Wow. Wowzas. Wowzas, peeps. Wowzas. But, okay. Now, what I want to do here, I'm going to go ahead and take this back to right here. So I'm going to change it to today's date. Well, we'll go back to Wednesday. And I want to put the colorized magnetogram here, okay? And the reason I'm doing that is so we can see how stable the sunspots are. This is just, it's kind of a, you get your first look at it here. And what we're going to see, love you. That was my daughter. She's telling her I love her. She's going to bed. She's a senior this year. Senior night's tomorrow. Pretty excited about it. She's awesome, man. She really is. She's really, really proud of her. She's doing really good. She's a doubleette. She's been in the color guard thing with the band, and we've done all kinds of great stuff this year and last year. She's worked really hard, and she deserves everything she gets. She's earned it. Anyway, so let's see here. Let's go here. And thank you for the super chat there. Let me roll back up and find it here. Where the heck did I go? Huh, where'd that go? I must have really jacked that one up. Okay, anyway. Maybe it was the one from earlier. It probably was. Let me go roll back. Oh, there it is. Jumpstart Wellness, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you. I'm trying to find it so I can highlight it for you guys. Oh, man, my chat jacked up. That's what it was. Okay, well, hold on. We'll go get it again. Everybody to see it anyway. But, yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Guys, we just had another blast from the sun. Let's pause that. All right. Now, let me go back over here. And so this is the magnetogram, okay? So what are we looking at? Well, we are looking at polarity with the reds and blues. So what we're looking for, guys, is for the reds and blues to start mixing, right? So when they start mixing, Jumpstart Wells, thank you again for the $20 super chat. Wow, thank you. Very generous. Killing it. Thank you for the second super chat. Wow. You guys humble me. You really do. I don't know what to say sometimes. I really don't. It's something special, Really is. I really do appreciate it. Way more than I could say. So, yeah. All right. Now, did that even go? Oh, man. Yeah, I seen what happened. Oh, okay. I can fix that, though. Give me 1 second, guys. What am I doing here? What the heck is going on with this? Wow. That was crazy looking. I don't even know what happened there. Let's go back over here for a second. Let me pop this chat back out. Pop out the chat. Pop out the chat. Get the overlay. That's that. That's right, baby. What is going on with that? Wow. Why is it? There it goes. Sorry, guys. Don't mean for this to be taking this long, but okay. Copy. All right. Now, give me 1 second, guys. Sorry. Let's do this. I have to run everything myself, just so you know. And that's why. But yeah. So hopefully that worked. Let's find out. Let's find out. Thank you, Lynn. Member for 2 years. Awesome stuff. Thank you, thank you. Yep, it's working. Okay, cool. Cool. And back over here we go. But thank you again, Jumpstart Wellness. Really do appreciate that. That's awesome stuff. Thank you. Okay, so we got the polarities here, right? So when you get the reds and blues mixing, that's when it really is telling you, hey, I'm starting to become, not very stable here. So when they actually have a reconnection, which is basically like taking 2 jumper cables and touching them together, it'll flare. And with it flaring, we get CMEs. So we get the X flare, and then we get CMEs after. And what you guys are seeing right now is the result. Okay? Now, again, with that being said, I cannot tell you exactly what's going to happen. What I can say is what they forecast, and what, I can add my opinion to that. One thing I will say, these flares are not going to stop. This is going to continue. Okay, guys? So understand that. Now, this right here, you see what they did here? They're not even starting this at a G1 anymore like they were yesterday. They changed the forecast. They're starting it at a G3 immediately. It's crazy. It's crazy to me. Really. But, oh, Renee, thank you. 5 gifted memberships, baby. Appreciate that. So cool. So cool. All right. Now, what's up, Deep Quake? I think I got you, didn't I? I think I said hi to you and highlighted your message there. Hold on a minute. You just donated some memberships, didn't you? If I can go back up and find it, if they're still there. It may be up too far. There they are, I think. I think that's it. Pretty sure that was it. Yep, it was. And then Heidi did the $20 one, super chat. And then we got Jumpstart. There you go with the first super chat. And then we got Jumpstart with the second super chat. Thank you again. Appreciate you. And let's see. I think I got everybody there. I just want to make sure I said hi. And Renee. Renee with the five gifted memberships. Guys, you guys have no idea how much that really does mean to me. My wife tells me every day, please tell them thank you. Lisa Garden, what's up? Praying for complete healing of Mark's legs? Well, thank you. Thank you for mentioning that. That's, guys, I've been struggling, in case you guys didn't know. I got cellulitis in my leg, and right now, I got a very high fever. I've learned to kind of live with that, because I fight this off and on. But this is something that I'm pretty sick this time. I'm beating it. I got it under control, but... And believe me, there's people out there that are struggling with harder things right now than what I am. So please don't focus on my health. I would rather let's focus on people like Mist, where she's struggling with some big stuff right now. And we need to be sending her prayers and good thoughts and all that. And everybody else, it's, and I want them too for myself. I'm not going to sit here and say that I don't. Because, I think we all need it. You know what I mean? I'm not too proud to ask for that. A lot of people are. Not me. Not me. But anyway, so yeah, so you got the G3 right off the bat. We're going to be popping in and out of G3 off and on for the next 2 or 3 days. Trish, thank you. Thank you. J-Poss in the hizzy. Okay, now, so there's not much more new stuff right this second. So I'm going to give you guys a little recap real quick. And that recap's going to be this. We've had multiple, here we go. Another message. Who's that? Guys, remember, and thank you guys for using those. I love that you guys use those. I truly do. And what I'm talking about is, if you guys see that message right there from Cul-de-sac, what that is, that's a free super chat you get if you're a member. You get 1 free super chat a month, and it's pretty cool. I'd love to hear from you guys. Able to enjoy senior night tomorrow night? Well, thank you. Thank you, Cul-de-sac. Appreciate that. And Planet Hermit, thank you again for all your, gifted memberships and just for being here. If I had to thank everybody for one thing, it would just be taking the time out of your day to listen to some hillbilly talk about space weather. It humbles me. It really truly does. It gets me emotional sometimes. I'm not going to let myself go there today, but yeah. So thank you. And Miss said something there. Hey, Kristen, good to see you. Miss B's here. What did Miss say there? I missed it. Daggone it. What did Miss say there? I missed it. Yeah. Okay. Oh, man. What did she say? It must have been back here a little further than what I thought. Okay. Anyway, I'm sorry. I just didn't see it. Hey, Ron with the $20 super chat. Wow, guys. You guys are killing it. Thank you so much. So generous. You guys are, yeah, wow. Okay. So, I'm going to put the chat to the side for a second here, guys, and let me get this recap done for you. So, we've had all these flares. This started back on the 1st. Okay, we don't get to see that flare. But that flare happened, and that would be the first initial bam hit, right? It was an almost X-class flare. And then yesterday, we had another flare. So what I can do is I can show you here. As you can see, this is going to start back on the 1st. And here comes the first one here, right about there. That's the X flare. Or the almost, well, was that the X flare? Yeah, that was the M-class flare. Now when it gets here, it X flares. Watch. Right about there. Okay? So, and then further, as we move on, the ones here on the other side started erupting. But I also want to show you this, because I thought this was something, yeah. This is special right here. Check this out. Okay, I showed you guys this earlier today. That, I always talk about a halo eruption, right? A halo eruption is when we see energy come around this occulter disk, all the way around. Looks like a halo. So that's how we know it's either coming right at us or right off the back. And if it's coming at us, it's going to hit us directly if we see a halo, right? Now, what you're seeing here is multiple halos, and they're camouflaging one another, number one. But what you're seeing is 4 different eruptions from different spots on the sun. One up here, one down here, one up here, and one over here. So when I said the sun's erupting in all directions, I meant it. Okay? So that's what's happening here, guys. This is just crazy amazing to me. So we're going to be watching this, and we're going to see an uptick in Aurora. Remember, right here, I look for them to change this, okay? At least this one. I think they're going to up this a little bit. What can we expect for Aurora? You guys can scroll down here, and you can see that. And guys, if things hold true to how they have been, we're going to overachieve again. Almost every storm we've had, we've seen Aurora in places we might, most likely probably shouldn't have during that kind of low level storm that we were getting, right? Or a high level. So, in other words, we're seeing more Aurora for lower level storms. And that, that points to things that are changing in our magnetic field, right? So, with that being said, we just got to, understand that. Also, everybody in this community, space weather community is what I'm talking about here. Hey, Vicky, thank you for coming to membership. Oh, Planet Hermit, you donate again? Wow. Look at that. Another 20? Holy cow. There's Vicky's right there. Welcome to Red Kool-Aid, my internet mama. All right. Now, let me go up here to Planet Hermit and find his. Here we go. Right there. And thanks, guys. I really do appreciate that. Heidi gifted 5 memberships again. Wow, guys. Awesome stuff, guys. Thank you so much for doing all that. That is so cool. But anyway, I do think we're going to start seeing more stuff happen for lower level storms. We've already seen that, okay? So if you want to know what's expected, you guys can just, like I said, come down here and for Aurora. This is Aurora only. Hey, ready now. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. That's a super sticker. Yep. Thank you. Thank you. So cool. So cool. All right. Now, so if we do get to G3, I'm just going to say this, okay? Because everybody is so don't want to say any of this, what I'm getting ready to say. We have a really good chance, in my opinion, of getting to at least a G4. Okay? With all this over here and more coming, it's hard for me to land on a G3 here, guys. Now, well, thank you, Trish. You guys, wow. Wow. Holy cow. You guys are so awesome. Man. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Anyway, deep quakes. You guys, oh my God, thank you, guys. I mean, anyway, let me. I need to get through this. Now, let's see here. Again, if we get to a G4, we're going to start experiencing different things here, and I do think we got a good chance at that. And I even think that with all this stuff going on, we got a chance of hitting another G5. We had a G5 back in May. Okay, so just understand that, Randy, thank you. Wow, guys. Wow, thank you, Randy. Appreciate that, man. Wow. Man, guys. Wow. Hey, Kathy, what's up? Aloha, sister. Yeah, no kidding, J-Poss. You know what I mean? Wow. But, yeah, guys, so we could start seeing some issues, okay? Now, like I said, I'm not saying that we're going to see any grid issues. We could, or we couldn't. And again, like I said before, I'm going to nowcast because I can't forecast. I just don't have the skill set. Okay, I don't have the knowledge base for that. But this BZ is going to be the linchpin here, okay? So when we're looking at that, if it gets to -6 or more, that's when stuff's going to really start hitting hard. So if it gets to -6 and it stays -6, what's that mean? That means anything that's hitting us is going to be just shuffled in here, guys. Okay? I absolutely think that we're going to get to some massive, awesome, intense Aurora. So, yeah. Thank you, Ready Now. Appreciate that. You guys... Wow. Wow. Thank you. And on the membership thing, guys, we are going to be doing a members only stream. Again, keep your notification bells clicked on that, okay? I just want to say that because there's going to be times where I just got to jump out here and do a members only for you guys. Thank you. Well, thank you, Heather. I appreciate you. Let's get back up here. Hope they can tell you you're normal. What kind of doc you going to? Just kidding, Aaliyah. Miss B's in the house. But yeah, okay. So yeah, guys, I am going to go ahead and pop off. Okay. I know Mark's going to be going live here in probably just a few minutes. Axe and Nacho, I think. Well, no, it was at 250. If you guys don't know who Axe and Nacho are, you need to get up there. There's some really great music and great stuff. Really is. So yeah. Oh wow. Wow. Yeah, I hate hearing that for you guys. That's something us men could never understand. Oh, are you switching to an iPhone tomorrow? Okay, cool. But guys, thank you again for all the support tonight. Thank you for just even listening to this redneck hillbilly try to do the best he can for you and give you guys some information on this. Hopefully I explain things in a way that people can understand all of it, you know, because that's really what I try to do. I don't want to make it. Some people will come out here and just start throwing words at you. You know what I mean? But with that said, yeah, I'm not going to throw word salad at you. But I do want to look at Dr. Tony Phillips here. Guys, come over here and check spaceweather.com too. Look at this, man. Just wow. But yeah. So please come over and give him some love. Read these articles and stuff. But yeah. That's what I would say. Come over here and check it out. I will be back with any updates. If something else big happens, I'll be right here. If this solar storm starts and things get really, really intense, really, really fast, it might be 3 o'clock in the morning, but I'm going to come on anyway, okay, and give you guys at least a 10 or 15 minute thing. But for this right here, I just wanted to really go into detail a little bit. And I think I did a decent job tonight trying to stay focused. And with all the support you guys gave me tonight, I know that was kind of drawing my attention a little bit, but I think I did okay with that. But yeah. Also, I got a, hey Ron. Go give Ron some love too, guys. Ron, drop your link in there, brother. If you guys want earthquake information, get over to Emergency Management Associates. He talks about prepping and stuff too. So get over there, guys, please. IG's over there all the time. She's a mod. Rod's just an awesome dude. Anyway, what was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. Yeah. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, yeah, the comment. Somebody left me a comment and was, you know, it's a long-time viewer, and obviously I don't use names or anything like that, and I'm not upset with anybody. So the person that left this comment, please know that I truly am not upset. It was saying something about the ads, how he was having to click and skip past the ads more than what he thought he should have. And guys, I have absolutely no control over that. Okay? The control that I get is either to let you guys skip over the ads or to force you to watch it. So I have always had skippable ads. So all you gotta do is click and you go right past it. I can't control how many are there. And that's just the truth of it, guys. YouTube decides that, not me. I wish that it could be a little different, but that's just what it is. Also, if you guys get it like YouTube Premium, you won't ever have to watch ads on any channel. And I know that's probably the direction that they, you know, corporate wants you to do there, right? I mean, I get that. It makes good business sense if you really think about it for a company. But if you do get that, it won't just apply here. It'll apply everywhere. You won't ever have to watch another ad on YouTube. And the reason why I'm bringing that up right now is because it's a big conversation across this platform right now. It's in the terms of service that you're not supposed to be able to use blockers. And they're going to start cracking down on it, so be aware of that, guys, okay? Just so you know. I mean, I've just been seeing some videos on it. Now, they did this about a year ago, but for whatever reason, they're now addressing it. And I've seen some bigger channels, you know, people losing their accounts and everything else because they were using ad blockers. So just be careful, okay? That's, I'm just saying it for you. This is, you know, a PSA, public service announcement there. So when you guys do make your YouTube accounts and stuff, when you sign your terms of service, it's in there that you can't do that. So I just want you guys to know that. They just haven't really enforced it. And now it looks like they're going to start. So just be careful, okay? That's all I'm saying there. I mean, but remember, if you get YouTube Premium, I'm not trying to advocate for that either. I'm just saying, if that's really what you want, you don't want to ever have to look at ads again, you can do that, right? So, yeah, I know. That's what I mean, Ron. They're really starting to get hammering that down. That hammer's coming down hard right now on people. But thank you to everybody that helped out tonight, supported the channel. Thank you for just being here and listening to me. Guys, I have a goal. I really do want to try to get to at least 75,000 subs by the end of the year. I'd like to get to 100K. That was kind of my original thing. But I think we're kind of getting a little late in the year for that. But I'm going to need your guys' help. So please get out there and share me out if you would. And just try your best for me. Like you guys, I know you guys already do. But that's just the goal I have. You know, it's good to have goals. It pushes you forward, you know what I mean? Because I can promise you right now, you're never, ever standing still. You're either moving forward or you're getting pushed backwards. So, just know that. And just know that Wages World loves you. And so does Wages World's family. You know, my wife, this was all her thing. She bought all this stuff. All the equipment I use, all that stuff. So this is hers, and she tells me to tell you guys thanks every day. So thank you for it, and thank you for being here. And like I said, listen to this old redneck hillbilly from Hoosierville talk about the sun and space weather. But I would one more thing. Please get over and check out Dr. Tamitha Scobe if she does an update. She might have already done one. I just haven't had a chance to look. So, anyway, guys, God bless. Get over and watch Marfugal tonight. Okay? Please. Please get over and watch Marfugal. Oops. Let me do this here real quick. Oh, snap. Looks like my YouTube shut off, huh? Wow. You guys there still? Planet Hermit, you donate again? Okay. I thought that's just the extra thing there. Okay, cool. See that? Look, something went wrong. Uh-oh. Just kidding. Alright, guys. God bless. Yahusha saves. And, as always, you can drink this Kool-Aid.